The human experience is like a fabric woven with two contrasting threads. We yearn to carve our own paths, to express ourselves without limitations. Yet we are also drawn to the warmth of community, finding comfort and meaning in shared values and traditions. This delicate dance between personal freedom and societal expectations lies at the heart of what it means to be human. How do we reconcile our desire for autonomy with our need for belonging? This question has preoccupied philosophers and poets for centuries, and it is even more relevant in our complex and ever-evolving world. The tension between individual liberty and societal norms is not a battle to be won or lost, but a dynamic equilibrium that must be constantly negotiated. Societies function best when they find ways to accommodate both the needs of the collective and the aspirations of the individual. Too much emphasis on conformity can stifle creativity and innovation, leading to stagnation and the suppression of individual potential. Conversely, a society that prizes individual freedom above all else risks undermining the very foundations of social cohesion, descending into chaos and disorder. From the moment we are born, we are immersed in a sea of social norms and expectations. These unwritten rules of conduct, passed down from generation to generation, profoundly shape our values, beliefs, and behaviors. They dictate everything from the clothes we wear and the language we speak to the food we eat and the way we express our emotions. While these norms serve a vital function, providing order and predictability to our social interactions, they can also become a source of constraint, limiting our freedom to explore the full spectrum of human experience. The pressure to conform can be particularly acute during adolescence, a period marked by identity exploration and the yearning for peer acceptance. Teenagers often feel compelled to adopt the values and behaviors of their peers, even if these run contrary to their own beliefs or instincts. This desire to fit in can lead to the suppression of individuality, as individuals prioritize social acceptance over authenticity. While a certain degree of conformity is essential for the smooth functioning of society, excessive conformity can stifle creativity, innovation, and critical thinking. Paradoxically, the very societies that offer us the greatest degree of individual freedom can also be the most isolating. The modern world, characterized by rapid technological advancement, globalization, and urbanization, has created a sense of rootlessness and anomie for many. We are more connected than ever before, yet many of us experience a profound sense of loneliness. The breakdown of traditional communities, coupled with the rise of individualism, has left many feeling adrift in a sea of superficial connections. The relentless pursuit of material success, fueled by consumerism and the cult of the individual, has created a culture of competition and comparison. We are constantly bombarded with images of curated lives, leading to feelings of inadequacy and a sense that we are not enough. This sense of alienation is often exacerbated by the anonymity of urban life, where we interact with others in transactional ways without forming meaningful connections. The result is a pervasive sense of loneliness and isolation, a longing for genuine connection in a world that often feels cold and indifferent. The tension between individual freedom and societal needs is particularly pronounced in the realm of politics. Societies must strike a balance between the rights of the individual and the needs of the collective. Should individual liberty be absolute, or are there limits when it infringes on the rights of others? This question lies at the heart of debates ranging from freedom of speech and religious liberty to public health measures. Finding the right balance between individual rights and collective goals is essential for creating a just and equitable society. The pursuit of individual freedom comes at a price. True freedom is not merely the absence of external constraints, it is also the capacity to act responsibly and to consider the consequences of one's actions. With freedom comes responsibility both to ourselves and to others. We are free to make our own choices, but we are not free from the consequences of those choices. A society that values individual freedom must also cultivate a sense of individual responsibility. Citizens must be educated to understand the importance of civic engagement, to be critical thinkers capable of engaging in reasoned debate, and to be willing to contribute to the common good. When individuals act responsibly, they not only improve their own lives, but also strengthen the social fabric that binds us together. The desire for individual freedom and the need for social connection are not mutually exclusive. They are two sides of the same coin. We are both individuals and social beings, and our well-being depends on finding ways to honor both aspects of our nature. This means creating societies that value both individuality and belonging, that celebrate diversity, while also fostering a sense of shared identity. It means cultivating a culture of empathy and understanding, where differences are respected and celebrated. It means creating spaces where individuals feel safe to express themselves authentically, without fear of judgment or reprisal. And it means fostering a sense of shared responsibility for the well-being of our communities and our planet. As we move further into the 21st century, the tension between individual freedom and societal norms is only likely to intensify. The rise of social media, artificial intelligence and other technologies is profoundly changing the way we live, work and interact with one another. These technologies have the potential to both enhance and erode our freedom, depending on how they are developed and deployed. It is imperative that we engage in a thoughtful and nuanced conversation about the implications of these technologies for the future of the individual. We must ask ourselves hard questions about the ethical boundaries of these technologies and work to ensure that they are used in ways that enhance rather than diminish our humanity. Has modernity failed the individual? Some argue that the modern project, with its emphasis on individual freedom and material progress, has ultimately failed to deliver on its promises. They point to the sense of loneliness and alienation that is pervasive in modern societies, the rise in mental health problems, and the breakdown of traditional communities as evidence that something has gone wrong. Have we sacrificed too much in our pursuit of individual freedom? This line of questioning, while uncomfortable, is essential. We must be willing to critically examine the assumptions that underpin our societies and to consider alternative ways of organizing ourselves. If modernity has indeed failed to deliver on its promises for many, then it is up to us to imagine and create a better future. The task before us is to create societies that nurture both individual freedom and social cohesion, that allow individuals to flourish while also promoting the common good. This is not a utopia, but an ongoing project that requires constant vigilance and a willingness to challenge the status quo. We must be willing to have difficult conversations about the meaning of freedom, the limits of individualism, and the importance of social responsibility. We must find ways to bridge the divides that separate us, to build bridges of understanding and empathy. The future of humanity depends on our ability to create societies that honor both our individuality and our shared humanity.